So, kids getting a driver license, huh? Ah! Clear the roads! Seriously though, it's scary stuff. Your new driver hurtling down the highway, to say nothing of all the new costs you may be facing. Oh boy. But really, look at the national statistics. Drivers between the ages of 15 and 19 are more likely to experience a collision. You don't want that. I don't want that. Heck, the government doesn't want that. And that's why states nationwide have adopted graduated driver licensing regulations. I know, it sounds complicated, but don't worry, I'm here to help. Welcome to Graduated Driver Licensing Made Simple. Now, each state has its own set of specific rules and regulations, but today we're taking a look at Tennessee. Meet Daniel and his mom Kay. They're about to start on the great adventure of the GDL. Daniel turned 15 today. In Tennessee, this means he's just old enough to apply for his learner's permit. To do this, he and his mom will need to spend time together studying this year's Tennessee Driver's Handbook. There's even a practice test available online. All they have to do now is head down to the local DMV, where they'll both sign off on his permit paperwork, and he'll take the written driver's exam. 24 harrowing questions later, Daniel is a proud learner's permit recipient. So what now? Now the fun part. Daniel needs to clock 50 hours of supervised driving time, 10 of which have to be at night, with a licensed adult over the age of 21 in the front passenger seat. Logging practice hours between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. is not permitted. Oh yeah, Kay will have to sign off on Daniel's completed training hours. The supervised driving period is really important because it gives experienced drivers a chance to make sure that their protege is learning excellent safety practices behind the wheel. Now that he's got his permit, Daniel needs to spend at least 6 months working on his driving abilities under his mom's watchful eye before moving on to the next phase at age 16. Meet Amanda and her uncle Jason. Amanda is 16 years old and just spent the last year learning Jason's best tips for safe driving and the rules of the road. She's now ready to embark on that vital rite of passage, the road test. She and Jason head to the DMV, where Amanda will show off her shiny new driving skills and demonstrate knowledge of the car's functions. With a passing score here, she'll enter the intermediate restricted stage of the GDL. Now she can finally strike out on her own in that brand new Mercedes. Yeah, whatever. She may be allowed to drive solo, but there are still safety restrictions on her intermediate restricted license. These restrictions are meant to protect teen drivers from potentially dangerous situations and distractions on the road.
Please hang up and try again.
Until she's spent a year with an intermediate restricted license, or until she turns 18, she can't drive between the hours of 11 p.m. and 6 a.m., or drive with more than one passenger under the age of 18, unless accompanied by a licensed adult over 21 years of age. Amanda knows it's important to stay alert and aware while she's driving, because the law has specific provisions for intermediate restricted drivers. Repeated accidents or injuries caused by drivers with an intermediate license carry fines and can even result in their license being suspended for an additional 12 months. After 1 year of safe driving with an intermediate restricted license, and with Jason's approval, she's now ready for an intermediate unrestricted license. Most restrictions will be lifted while Amanda continues to practice and refine her skills behind the wheel. On Amanda's 18th birthday, she celebrates by going to the DMV and obtaining a full Class D license. Congratulations! At this point, Amanda is a fully licensed, unrestricted, ready-to-go driving machine. Okay, let's recap. At 15, a Tennessee student is eligible to apply for a learner's permit at the DMV after studying the Tennessee Driver Handbook and taking the online practice test. The written test will be taken, which must be passed to receive a learner permit. During the next 6 months, and at age 16, the new driver must have logged 50 hours of supervised driving time, 10 of which must be at night, with a licensed driver over the age of 21 in the front passenger seat. Next, the road test. With a passing score, an intermediate restricted license will be issued. The new driver no longer needs supervision, but some restrictions will stay in place, like not driving between the hours of 11 p.m. and 6 a.m., and not with more than one passenger under the age of 18, unless accompanied by a licensed adult over 21 years of age. After 1 year of safe driving with a restricted intermediate license and parental approval, an unrestricted intermediate license is obtained. Once the driver is 18, The Tennessee GDL regulations will be lifted, and the new driver is eligible for a Class D license without restrictions. Hopefully, this handy guide has helped you make sense of the ins and outs of graduated driver licensing. For more information and specific rules for your own state, check out tntrafficsafety.org. Happy driving!